with Iraqi law, the Iraqi constitution and its international obligations. We urge the Iraqi government to uphold this commitment. Our ambassador in Baghdad has been expressing our concerns to the Iraqi Ministry of Foreign Affairs at the highest level. We call on the Iraqi government to cease violent operations in Camp Ashraf immediately and to ensure that the residents have full access to medical care, meeting the point made by the Honourable Gentleman and a number of others. My statement goes on. It is important that the government of Iraq takes immediate steps to calm the situation and ensure that the human rights of residents are respected. We are aware of a request by UNAMI to send a humanitarian monitoring mission to Camp Ashraf as soon as possible. We fully support this request and therefore urge the Iraqi government to quickly grant permission. We call on all sides to engage in a constructive dialogue that can lead to a lasting resolution to the situation. That ends the statement I made on that day. Indeed.
I just want to say to my honourable friend, does he think the Foreign Office could facilitate a small group of British parliamentarians actually going to Camp Ashraf to see what the situation is at first hand?
I'm not going to answer that question directly, as clearly I need to take some advice in relation to colleague safety and background and everything else. And if I can conclude in the time available to me. In addition to the statement which I've just read, deploring the loss of life and injury, EU High Representative Cathy Ashton did much the same. UK representatives on the ground reinforced the messages. The ambassador in Baghdad, EU heads of mission, met the Iraqi Prime Minister to discuss Camp Ashraf on the 4th of April. Our ambassador hosted a meeting with the UN, the US and the EU on the 7th of April to discuss those concerns. And he phoned the Iraqi Foreign Minister to urge the government of Iraq to allow immediate access for a UN mission to Camp Ashraf. And we also called for the violence from whatever source to stop immediately. So we've made our position as clear as we can. The latest reports, if I may, indicate that the situation in Camp Ashraf remains tense but calm. The government of Iraq allowed a small US medical team access to the camp on the 10th of April, and I understand that following international pressure in which we have been involved, the Iraqis have subsequently allowed medical access. A visit by UN officials took place on the 14th of April. Although the government of Iraq did not allow other missions to participate in the UN mission, a UK military advisor to the UN assistance missions to Iraq was present. The UN visited a makeshift mortuary within the camp and photographed 28 dead. Yesterday, the UN confirmed to our embassy officials that 34 were killed in the incident and over 70 injured. I repeat, our deploring of that situation. The current situation is of great concern to the UK. We remain fully engaged on the issue. We hope that UN missions, including the British Embassy, will also be allowed to visit Camp Ashraf to assess the situation in the near future. We'll continue to work with our international partners to press the government of Iraq to respect the rights of the residents of Camp Ashraf.